Hi everyone, good evening. Yeah, hi Deepak. Hi Satya. Hi Vinod. Hi Prashant. How are you guys? Everyone, how are you? Yes, good. Great. Good to know. Hi everyone. Good evening. Good evening, guys. Hi. Yeah, hi Deepak. I'm very well. Thank you. Yes, weekend was good. Good. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I'm good, Prashant. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so we will start with what we have discussed. So, what we have discussed in the last session. So, we discussed about API testing, how we perform, and all those things. Yes. So, what we have discussed in the APIs. So, we discussed about what is API testing, what we test in the APIs, request and response, how the request and response will be validated. Okay, so that is API. So in the API testing, we will be sending the request and verifying whether we are getting the response as per the request. So it is the testing of request and response. API testing is nothing but testing the request and response. All right. So the response should be for the given request. So we design the APIs in a way that all the scenarios are covered. Okay. So how we test these APIs for a positive, for a negative. For a positive means to create a user. So we give the details, email, mobile or username details and then create a user. So the response expected at this is user should be created. Okay. If your input is the request is invalid email ID, invalid mobile number, so user should not be created. The response should be invalid request. Okay. So the request and response testing is API testing. So what we need to test is the tool we need. So directly you will not be able to hit the endpoints, the URLs, URIs, right? So we need a tool in order to perform the API testing. So we are going to learn about Postman, installation about it, and more details how we use it. Okay. And also how we test the APIs using the Postman tool. So the setup for API testing, what we test, this we discussed, right? Valid, invalid scenario. So in the case of the valid, what response we get? Can we have answers, please? Quick answers. Right? What is the response we get? 200. So whatever is completed, successful, for that you get the 200 to 299. In this range, the response code we get. Yes, Deepak, correct. Others, right? So in case of client error, what is the response code? Yes. In case of server error, what is the response code? Everyone? Yes, correct, Priyanka, correct. Murali, correct, Vinod. Yes. In case of server error, what response code we get? Yes, Supraja, correct. Okay, correct. So we also discussed about the operations that you can perform. So what are the operations? The CRUD operation. What is CRUD operation? So the CRUD operation is create, read, update, delete. So these are the CRUD operations that we can perform on the APIs. So create means you're creating the user. Update means you're updating the user. Read means just reading the details of the user that you created. Delete is deleting the user. So what operations you can perform on the in this HTTP? So what methods we have to perform this CRUD operation we will discuss today. Okay. So the methods to perform the CRUD operation. And also we discussed advantages of API testing. So it is GUI independent. Means what? UI is not available, then also we are able to test. So maybe it is not developed, then also we are able to start the testing. Right? So it will improve the test coverage, means more and more you are able to test and more defects you are able to find in the advance. Okay, so your UI is not even developed, you are able to test and find the defects. That is the advantage. And APIs are language independent, right? So that is where the advantage of APIs. So what types of testing we can do in the APIs? What types of testings we can perform? The unit testing, integration testing. Unit testing is testing the unit component of the application, right? And you can perform testing, unit testing, integration testing, end-to-end testing using the API testing. So what are the steps to perform the API testing? To hit the endpoint, verify the response, right? So we have seen one example of the APIs where hit the endpoint, what is the response we get? So in the REST APIs, we get a JSON response. So what is JSON? JSON is JavaScript object notation where it is represented this way. The object is represented in this format. Okay, so where you have name of the parameter and a value of a parameter. Okay, so name and values will be having, right? So then we also discussed about what is XML, extensible markup language, right? It is designed to store the data, transport the data this way. So this is the example of your XML file. Good. Any questions in this? No, all good. Okay, fine. So now we will see what are the methods to perform this CRUD operation. Okay. So what are the methods we have? We will see. Okay. Able to see the screen, guys? Yes. Yes. So we will see what are the operations that we perform and how we test that. Okay. So what are the methods to perform this create operation, update operation, read operation? Okay. So in this create, read, update, delete. Okay, so this is the CRUD operation. So create, read, and update and delete. So to perform this create, we have the post method of HTTP. So post method is going to create something. So you want to create a user, so you will use the method post. For a read, we have the get method. For a update, we have put. Okay, so put is to update and delete is to delete the user created, or to perform the delete operation, you have delete method. So what are the HTTP methods that we have to perform the CRUD operation is post, get, put, delete. Okay, so what are the methods we have? Post, get, put, delete. So now tell me, what is the method to perform the create operation? Anyone? What is the HTTP method to create something? Post. For a create, we have post method. Right? So these are the HTTP methods. Okay, post, get, put, and delete. These are the HTTP methods. What is HTTP methods? These are the to what, for what? To perform the CRUD operations. Yes, to perform the CRUD operations. Able to understand? Yes, post is for create. Now tell me, what is the method to perform the read operation? Yes, to perform the read operation, you have get method. What is the method to perform the delete operation? Yes, delete is for delete operation. So what is the method to perform the update operation? Yes, correct. To perform the update, we have put. Okay, to perform the delete, we have delete. Correct. Yes, correct. Correct. Yes. Okay. So create is also used to perform the update operation also. Okay. So the create and update both you can perform using this post. Okay. So in some of the API design, you might be able to see that post is only used for the update and create both the things. Okay. So you can say that create and update both can be performed using this post method. Okay. So now we will see about the installation of Postman tool. Okay. So how you can install? You have to search for Postman for Windows. Okay. Yes, able to see the screen, guys? Yes. So click on this first. Search Postman for Windows. Okay. So hit enter. Click on this first link, what you get. Okay. Here you will get an option Windows 64. Okay. If your operating system is Windows 64, then select this and it will be downloaded. So it is a small application. It will be downloaded in 2 minutes. Okay. So in a minute, it will be downloaded. Fine. Once it is downloaded, open it. you have to register using your email ID. Okay. So you have to register using your email ID, where you have to give the email ID and create a username. Okay. In my case, I have registered with the email ID, so I'm able to see the screen. Okay. For you, it will ask for the first time, it will ask for the username. Okay. So what you can perform is register using the email ID. Okay. Your Gmail ID you can use, and username you have to give, which should be unique. So username you can give something like your name and some number, so that it is unique. Okay. So give some unique username, you will be able to create your account and then log in. Okay. So give any password you want and then complete the registration. So 2 to 3 things it will ask: email ID, username and password. And you will be able to see this. Okay. Fine. So once you are able to see this, in this we will perform the API testing. Okay. So now we will open the sample APIs that we have in order to perform the API testing and understand. So sample APIs that we are going to see are these one. Okay. So the list of users. Single user, this will be API. So in real time, you will get the APIs, the documentation. Okay, API documentation you will get, where you will get the endpoint. Okay, endpoint is nothing but the URI that you have to input here. Okay, and you will get the documentation with all the details. So this is the get method. You are able to see there is a get method, right? So this is single user which we are trying to hit the API, that is of get method. Get means it is reading the data. Yes or no? Get means it is for read the data. Can you understand this one? That whenever there is a get method in the document, so it is to read the user data. Yes? Yes or no? Guys able to hear me? When there is a post method, okay, so this is for creating something. Get means read only. Yes, get means only for read. Correct, Suman? So when I see there is a post, okay, this is for creating the user. So just looking at this post method, you will be able to understand, okay, this API is to create a something to create. It may be user or order or anything, something to create, right? So put is means there is something to update. So what we have to update, that is in the request. Okay. And what is the response that we have? So now we will first look at the get API, how we test. Okay. So now this is the API, this is the endpoint. So this is the get method. Go back to your Postman. In this, select the get. Okay. So select the get because it is a get method. Yes. Okay, patch is for the small update. Okay, it is for the update for a smaller updates. Okay. Now we have selected get and send. So you are getting the response. Response you are getting for the ID 2. Yes. So response you are getting for a ID 2. Why? Because you are passing the ID 2. If I pass 1, I will get the response for a user 1. Okay. So user 1 is different. User 2 is different. Okay. See the difference. Okay. If you pass 3. So you get a response for the user 3. So EMA is the user 3 and user 2 is something different. Okay, so Janet is the user 2. Okay, so whatever your request is, with that you are getting the response. Now understood what is the request? Request is for get the user details of user 3. Then you get a response for a user 3. Okay, which is for a EMA user. Okay, what is the email ID? What is the first name, last name? All those details you are able to see. If you give 4, so it is get the user details of 4. Okay, so if we have user 4, we will get. So as long as you have the users, you will get the response. When you don't have user, suppose some user is not available. Okay, something like this I'll give. Which user is not available. So you are getting empty, no user, not found, right? So here you are getting the not found. When there is no data, not found 404 response we get. So what does it mean by 400 response? Can we go back and check what does it mean by 400 response? Okay. So 400 response means client error means as a client, you are passing some data that is invalid. So you are asking for the invalid user data, which user is not present. Okay, isn't available. So as long as your user is available, that is you are getting 200 okay request response. Okay, for a request you are getting 200 okay. So if we get 200 means it is pass, right? Yes or no? So for a user you are getting 400 response and user data also you are getting means this test case is pass. Yes or no? So you are getting the user details. You are asking for the user details, user 4, and you are able to get the response. That means it is the test case is pass, right? So if you click on this raw, you will be able to see the JSON raw data. Okay, and you can see this. Okay. So it means the test case is pass. So in the test, okay, so in this Postman, go to the test tab and status code 200. If you click on status code 200 code, okay, so it means the code is automatically generated. It will check for the status code 200. If your status code is 200 means it will mark it as a pass. Okay, so if you run it, it is showing pass. Right? How it is showing pass? Because we said that whenever there is a response 200, so it means it is a pass. Okay, we will see one more time from the basic. Okay, so what all options we have in this Postman, we will try to understand. Okay, so in Postman tool, okay, so this is you can create a collection. Okay, so first thing is you can create a collection in the Postman, then you can create the test in it. Okay, so we will look at how to create the Postman collection first and then create a test. So we created a test. One test we created and it is showing pass. Okay. In this, click on a collections, click on this plus button. Okay, there is a plus icon. You can create a collection. So you can give a project name. Suppose the project name is project 1. Okay, so I'll create a project 1 as a project name. That is the collection we are creating. So inside this project, we can create a request. So first request is to test the get service, which is this get service. So single user, click on this, get the endpoint, copy, paste in the URL. Okay, so it means you are asking the user details of 2, ID 2. Okay, 2, 4, 5, you can give anything. So you will get a response. Okay. In this response is for the user data of 4. So get is for read the data. We are getting the response. We are getting the response with the 200 OK message. Means this is the API working correctly. So this is the expected response. We will go and test. In this test, we will write the code. Okay, so here you can write the code which is auto-generated. Okay, so if you see here, snippet you have, you can create a auto-generated snippet. Just scroll down for a 200. What is 200? 200 means response. Okay, read message. You are reading something, you are getting the details. It is the success. Okay. If you send it again, you will be able to see in this as a pass. Okay, so where is it is pass. Okay, so 200 response you are getting. It means the test is pass. Okay, so you check for the status code and the message that we are getting. Now we will look at some other example in the API where we will test some other APIs of which is post. Okay, so get we have seen get is very simple, just hit it. You are able to get the response and that is pass. So this is to create a user. Okay, so this is to create a user. We will check for this create user post. So I'll click on this, take this endpoint. In real time, you will have the endpoints given by the developers. Okay, you will get the documentation, all the details and endpoint and what is the use of the API. Here you have to select based on the method. Post it is to create a user and it will have a body. So what is the body we have? So key value or okay, so JSON we have. Okay, so we have to select the JSON. In this JSON, what is the request we have to pass for this create? This is the request you have to pass. Copy this. So this is one sample request and sample response. For this sample request, we have the sample response that is given, which is sample response is 201 and this message. Okay. So what we are getting 201 is created we are getting and then all the things as per this expected. So it means it is passed. Right. So then we will move to test and we'll generate a code snippet for the status code as 201. Right. We are expecting 201, not 200. So we will mention 201 here. And just you hit the send. So it will be pass. Test result is pass. Okay. So what is we want? Here also the message we want is status code 201 and response is 201 that we have. So if you hit it, you are getting the status code is 201, which means it is pass. Suppose you are expecting 401. Okay, or 400. You are expecting 400 and you are getting 201. In that case, it is failed, right? Then if you hit this, in that case, it will be failed. So, but you are expecting 400, but you are getting 201. So that is fail. But in this case, it is correct. 201 only we are expecting. We are getting 201 only. So just it is passed. So to showcase what is failed, how it looks like, we will see. Okay, so I'll give you one more time the example. 401 if you are expecting, and if you hit it, you will get the fail error message that status code is 201, whereas you are expecting 401 but got 201. That is where it is fail. So there is a difference between expected and actual. So we are getting the fail. So what is a collection in the Postman? So collection is where you can group the request. So this is one request. Another request again you can save it in this. Add a description. It is to create a user. In this project one, I want to save it. Okay. So now we created one is for a get, one is for a post. Means one is to create a user, one is to read the user. That is created. Okay. You can again create one more, click on this and create. You can delete as well. You can create as well. Okay. So like this, you can create the APIs. Okay. In this, you want to run all the test, you can run all. Okay. So you can run all and then you can run one by one. Run it. You will be able to see the test result. So this is about the Postman. Postman is simple. Just you can test about the APIs, how we created and what is the response we are expecting. Okay, so this is about the Postman and sample request and response. Okay. So these are the sample APIs that are hosted on a network. We will not be able to create many scenarios here, but in real time, you will have so many scenarios to test. Okay, the APIs are hosted on a network and you can create something. Whatever you created, immediately you can read about it using the get method. Again, immediately you can update it. Okay, again, then delete it and again read it. After delete, in the read, you should get an error message or 400 error. Okay. After delete, the user should not be available. So like this sequencing, you can create and then test the APIs with the real-time examples, like how you test from the UI. So all the test from the UI, you are able to do that. You will be able to do with the Postman. Okay. So delete may not work in the Postman because these APIs are available for the practice. Okay. We will not be able to delete it. Okay. So that are not the real APIs, dummy APIs that are hosted. Delete we cannot perform. Okay, Josh, Suman. So we can only understand, okay, delete means it will be deleted. With that, you can understand. Okay, fine. So this is about API and Postman. Okay, so we will discuss about the framework that we discussed. Okay, so the framework we discussed is page object model framework that we discussed in the Selenium. Okay, so we will discuss the Selenium framework page object model. So we discussed about what is the framework, how we create this page object model. The pages are separate, the test methods are separate, and then you have the objects created for the pages that you are using. Yes, so that is your page object model framework. So we will discuss about it. Just a quick revise about what we have discussed. Okay. So what is the test base? You have initialization of the browser to perform and login to perform, logout to perform. All these will be available in the test base. So what is the test base? Yes, correct. Correct, Suman. So if we delete a user 39 for the user, suppose we can add a particular user to that number. Yes. So you have to pass the particular user number which you want to delete. That will be deleted. And again, if you read, it will not be available. Okay, then you will be able to create a new one, right? And whatever new created, that will be auto increment. The user ID you will not give. It will be automatically generated when you create a user. If you created a user that was last was 10. So automatically when you create a new user, the ID will be 11. That will be auto increment. Okay. So that user IDs are not duplicate. Okay. So we will discuss about the framework, just a quick revise what we have discussed. So test base you will inherit in the test classes and in the page classes. What are your page classes? Page classes you will create the pages, test classes you will create the test cases where you will create the object of all the page classes that you created. Okay. So all these page classes objects you will create in the test classes and so on. So you will write the test cases. Okay, so yes, Suman, in that case, if we delete, it will never be available, right? You are deleting user means it will be deleted. Yes, you will not be able to access it later on. It will be deleted. So that is where we never delete something we created. Okay, so generally to test delete, we will delete, otherwise yes, delete means it is not available later on. Any questions you have, guys? Tell me. Any other questions you have? Okay. No, no questions. Fine. So we will talk about the page classes and the test classes. So homepage.java you have as a page class. Then you have login page.java as a class package. So on, okay, payment page or something that way. So all these page classes will have the elements and the methods. Okay, and you will create an object of homepage Java in this homepage test. Homepage test.java. And also you will have all the test classes with the name test.java. Okay, so on in these classes you will create object of homepage and use the locators and methods that you write in these classes. So what you have in the test base, you will have the all the things that you want it. Okay, maybe login. Okay, maybe not login. Before that, you have to launch a URL. Okay, launch a URL, login, logout, all the basic stuff. So this is available in this test base. Everywhere in the home page also you need to launch the URL, login, perform these all operations, right? So you will write it in the test base, you will inherit. So in short, you will inherit in all these page classes. In this also you will inherit. Inherit means what, guys? Inherit means what? So we are reusing whatever available in this test base. So everything is we are reusing that will be downloaded here, or downloaded means available in this page classes, whatever you created in the test base. Okay. So now today we will discuss about some of the interview questions as well on the topics that we discussed. Okay. Is it interesting, guys, to know about what interview questions you will get about the topics we discussed? Isn't it? Yes. You want to know about the interview questions and other things? Yes. Good. Okay, good. So now we will discuss about interview questions. So what will be the interview pattern if you go for an automation engineer? Okay. So if you are a fresher and maybe 2 to 4 years of experience, the interview pattern will be similar. Okay. So the very first important question you will have is introduce. Introduce yourself. This will be the first thing to know about you. Okay, so the recruiter will try, the interviewer will try to understand what is your experience, what is your expertise. Okay, so you have to talk about your experience in the technical things. Okay, what all tools you know, what technologies you know, and what is your expertise, the area of expertise. Okay, it may be Java, Selenium, DevOps, whatever you prepare, that complete knowledge you should have what you are explaining in the introduction. So what generally happens is people just introduce with the things, even though they know partially, they tell in the interview that I know it. But when you say something, obviously the interviewer will be asking questions on the details later on after introduction. He will ask questions based on the introduction that you give. So whatever tools you mention, the technology you mention, obviously on that point only you will have the questions down the line 1 hour. Okay. So you say Java, then questions will be on Java. You say Python or API or automation or a DevOps, you will have questions on that. Okay, so you have to prepare one topic, one subject completely, and you have to say that, yes, I'm aware of Java and I worked on Selenium automation using these models, I page object model framework and API testing and all these things. So once you're saying this, the questions will be on the same. Right? Clear? So this is clear, everyone, that whatever you are going to say, based on that, you have this. So based on that only you have questions. So what will be the next then? Tools and technologies and experience. So as you said Java, you have. So Java programs, they will ask. Okay, Java programs, write a code to create a program or to write a program for a prime number, okay, or a reverse the number, or count the characters in the string, count the vowels in a string, or the numbers in the string, or something like some programming concepts they will ask, so that how much coding you know to get that details. Okay. So this will be part 2 of your interview, where you will get the programs to write sorting program. It may be anything. Okay. So I will write logical program. Okay. So I'll write here. Able to see the screen, guys? Yes. Okay. So, okay, fine. Good. So first part of your interview is introduction. Second part of your interview is the programs on the language you said. If you say Java, so you get a programs on Java. If you say Python, you will get questions on Python programming. So this program, I'll say logical program. Okay. So logical coding skills, logical program, writing skills. Okay. The coding skills, in short, the coding skills will be interviewed. Okay. So your coding skills, they will try to understand how much you have. Okay. The questions on the coding skills. It may be what is the output of this? What is the output of this? Or can you write a code to create a class, create an interface? What is in inheritance? Or some tricky questions on that language point. Okay. So this is about the one core programming language. So in our case, we will consider Java. So the tool technology and Java programs they will ask. Okay. Second thing will be on the, okay, so the next part in the technical will be is on the Selenium. So Selenium automation, the coding questions on that. So in this, can you automate a scenario, maybe like on the Amazon page, open Amazon page and then write a XPath. Okay. So coding test on the Selenium automation. Okay. So coding on the Selenium, it may be the writing the XPath. Okay. It may be writing the code to find the correct XPath for an element, or writing the code to take the screenshot. Okay. It may be write a code to how to handle the windows. Okay. So how you perform business operations, the knowledge on the Selenium automation, experience on the Selenium automation, they will try to understand. Okay. So what level of experience you have on the tool. So which is automation tool that you are saying? If you say another tool, something APIs or Postman, so you will have questions on the Postman and API testing related to that. Okay. So the coding on that. So how you handle a frame. Okay. How you find a element. What are the methods? Okay. What is the use of method? What is the framework you worked on? And also, what is advantage of this framework? What is advantage of this tool? Why you have decided to go with the Selenium Java in your project? It may be anything. So similar kind of, where they will try to understand how much details you have in this. So tools and technologies, one thing is the language, that is Java, and second thing is the automation tool they will ask. Okay. And next part in this will be on the framework. Okay. So framework will be like the page object model framework, or a BDD framework, or a data driven framework. Whatever you mentioned that this is the framework I worked on. So the details on that framework. Okay, how you implement, what is the reporting you implemented, what are the advantages. So third thing will be on the framework and your project. It will be kind of one complete framework you should be aware of and you should be able to explain. So it will be your project framework that you have experience, or maybe after training. If you say you are a fresher, consider, okay, and you say that I have taken the training and I know the Selenium Java, then they will ask, okay, so in Selenium Java, what is the framework you implemented the project after training, or in your training, what is the framework you have learned and able to develop, so that they will understand the framework level knowledge. Okay, these are the three things that you will get. Okay. So what is the output? Logical programs. That is, what is XPath, how you write it, how you find a element, how you create a framework related to that. What is your current framework that you are working on? If you say experience, or if you are fresher as well, you will get a question on a framework. So just one framework you should know, and that you should be able to explain it properly, complete. Okay. That is, after you clear and give all these information, correct, then you will have a behavior questions. Okay. So there will be behavioral questions like why you are applying for a job, or why you are looking for a change, why you want to work with this company. Okay. What you want to do in your career, or whatever, what motivates you to be in QA, what is your aim, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, where you want to see yourself down the line 5 years. Okay, what you want to grow into, technology or a management. So some other things they will try to understand how much you are willing, and they will try to understand how much you are flexible as well to work on. So some questions will be on like, are you interested to work on manual testing also, are you interested to work on automation testing, so that they get information or enough details that you are flexible to work on any of the work, whatever you have, whatever they have. So some kind of behavioral questions will be asked. So this will be pattern of the interview. So in the technical round may not be the behavioral questions will be asked. Okay. In the management round, there will be interview questions. So if you consider technical round, this will be the questions. Okay. So introduction, and in the introduction, whatever you mention, based on that, programs on that language. Okay. And then you will get the automation related coding questions, and then framework related questions, and also maybe few of the things about your project. What is your project structure? How many people are there in a QA? Okay. What you do? What are your roles and responsibilities? Something like that, that you will get. Okay. So this is about the technical interview. Okay. So this is about the technical interview. So whereas, what about the other rounds, right? So maybe before technical round, you will have an introduction round, right? So which HR will call and then take, which will be screening round. So in that, basic questions will be asked like, what is your expected CTC, when you will be able to join, and yeah, so when you are available to give the interview, what all tools you know. Okay, so first thing they will ask introduction again in this also. So let me write. So introduction about you, okay, and the tools you know, is it matching with the opening what they have? Okay, so you have to explain the tools and technologies that you know in order to match with the opening they have. Okay, then only they will schedule your interview. Then only you will be going to the second round. Okay. So that will be. So it is like introduction and the skills are matching or not. Okay. So they will try to see that whatever you mentioned, the skills are matching with the opening. Okay. The skills they match with the openings they have. Okay. And whenever you are available for the interview, what is a CTC? Okay. So when you are available to join, available to join the job, and when you are available to take the interview, what is the CTC, all those things will be asked. So this will be in the screening round. Okay, so like this few things they will ask, and this will be about technical. So yes, what is manual testing questions? In the manual testing, okay, so manual testing interview questions. So that is where what we can is, so it is on the experience. If you say, okay, I worked on the manual testing. So they will ask, what is the test case? What is the test case and test scenario? What is defect and defect life cycle? What is defect and defect life cycle? And also Jira experience, they will ask. Okay. So if you say experience, the questions will be on Jira experience. What is the tool? How do you use? What are your day-to-day activities that you perform? Your roles and responsibilities. And your project details. Okay. And how you will test. Some scenario based questions will also be asked. Scenario based questions. So that are something like, you have some APIs to test, what test cases you will write. Okay. You have Amazon platform to test, what test cases you will write. Okay. Something like you will be given with the example, and in that you have to write the test cases or the scenarios that you will be testing as a QA. Okay. So you have to explain or give the details about the testing that you will perform in that case. So it may be anything. It may be any platform they will ask, or it may be their own project. They will ask, okay, this is what the project we have. What kind of test cases you will write, how you will perform the testing, that all details. Okay. So in the manual testing, other than this, yeah. So also some of the agile related questions you may get. So what is agile methodology? What is, okay, Scrum framework? What is sprint? What is retrospective? What is daily stand up? Related to that, agile concepts also, the questions will be. Okay. So this will be interview questions. So here we will take a 10 minutes break. Then we'll continue after the break. Okay. Okay. Hi guys, back everyone. Everyone back, guys. Yes, no. Can we have answers, please? Yes, good. Yes. So now we will discuss about API interview questions. Okay. So before we go to that, so the process of interview we will see. Before that, you have to have a Naukri profile or some profile where the your CV will be shortlisted and you will get a call. Okay, that is the first step. So you should have a CV which should be highlighting all the skills you have. So then you will get a call from HR for these all things. Okay, so then you will get a questions about the skills that you have and when you will be able to join, what is your CTC, all these things they will have it. And then if your skills are matching with the opening, then your interview will be scheduled. Okay, so the first thing is you should have a CV or a profile created which should highlight all the skills that you have. And as per the industry, the tools and technologies what they're looking, you should have in your CV. Okay, you should know about one programming language, one tool, or you may be applying for a development role or a testing role or a DevOps role. So based on the role, you should write all the skills and tools and technologies in your CV. Okay, so it may be anything. Then once your CV is shortlisted, you will get a call. After this call, everything matches with the expectations, the CTC budget, what they have, it matches. And if you are available to join immediately, then your interview will be scheduled. So then your interview will be scheduled whenever you are available based on the panel's availability, you will have a interview scheduled. So to prepare, this will be the important interview, I can say. Okay, so the screening round will be done. Okay, so it is simple things, basic, whatever you say, if they match and they find, and they will schedule an interview. So clearing this technical round is very much important. This will be very much important, and you have to prepare a lot for this round. Okay, so you have to make a practice of answering all these interview questions. You have to make a note of questions, you have to make a note of answers, practice those answers, and then give those. Okay, so for sure, you will have a question, introduce yourself. You have to explain only and only you have to explain about your experience, tools, and technologies. I have seen people explaining about I am married, I am single, I have one kid, two kid, or any of the things, I'm from this city, I studied in this college. No, the technical round, that panel, the technical round interviewer, he is not bothered about whatever your personal details. Okay, so he doesn't want to know all those things. So you should not give all those information in the technical round. He is not at all asking about that. Introduce yourself means only about, you have to talk about experiences, tools, and technologies. That's it. Okay, your personal things, you studied from which college or you are from which city, he is not at all interested to know about, not needed to mention. Okay, so you have to explain the tools and technologies, the technical excellence what you have, that you have to talk about in the technical round. Okay, then the questions will be on the tools what you mentioned. Okay, so these are questions you will have. For sure you will get the programs, logical programs to write. So you have to practice this will not be cleared without practice. Okay, you have to practice a lot, many programs. It, you may use anything. Okay, you can use hacker rank to practice this, or yeah, anything. So coding skills are must. basic programs you should be able to write. Okay. Then also, then you will have a questions on this automation tools and all this. Okay. You have to practice on all these topics, and also some of the advanced topics as well. You may get questions. You have to practice on all these things. Okay. So then only you will be able to answer all these questions. It may be programs, it may be Selenium, or it may be frameworks or the projects that you are working on. So you have to practice and then you will be able to answer. Okay, so what is the API interview question? We will see now. Okay, so it will be of all, like the combination of, if you say experience you have, so you will get more questions on this API. If you say like you have just knowledge on API, so you will get a moderate questions or few questions. So what is API? That will be the question. Okay, then how you test the APIs? What is the tool you used? Okay, what is the tool you used, or what is the tool that you are familiar with to perform the API testing? What is the tool you used or you worked on? And then questions will be on that tool, how you used or how you perform a testing. Or they may ask you some scenario based question in the APIs as well. This is the API, how you are going to test, how you create a collection. Okay. What is API documentation? How you start the API testing? What if you don't have documentation and you are asked to perform the testing? Okay, what are the tools and other documentation tools you are using? Something Swagger or any wiki pages? What is the difference between API testing and automation testing or UI testing? So, what is the difference? API and UI testing. So, these are very basic questions, but you will get advanced questions as well. What is SOAP API, REST API? What are the challenges? Okay, and other complex scenarios as well. That all will depend on the level of experience you mention. Okay, so this is about the APIs that you can expect. So basic questions I have given. So this may be the question: what is a CRUD operation? What is the methods? What are the status codes? That might be some more questions on the APIs. Okay, so what is CRUD operation? Okay, and what are the HTTP methods to perform the CRUD operation? So you have to explain with the example. Each and every question you have to explain with the example, and that should be relevant with the topic. Okay, so this is about then. So also, even you are a fresher, you may get questions on the SQL. Okay, so SQL questions you will get. So which is, what is SQL? What is database? What is SQL? What is database? What is the DBMS? Okay, what is select query? What is the primary key? What is the foreign key? What is relational database? So some of the questions you will get on a database side as well. Okay. And if you are experienced and you are saying that you have experience in API testing, then the questions will be on SQL as well. So because when you are testing APIs, at the end, data is updated in the SQL. Okay, the database. So how the data is updated, you have to test, go check in the database. So with the APIs, you will get questions on SQL as well. So this will be the expectation from you if you are applying for a role which is Selenium with Java and API testing. So this is all you should know. Also, there might be some advanced level questions you may get. Okay, so I'm only covering the basic questions that you may get. So overall, I wanted to give you the background and the pattern of questions in the interview. Okay, so there will be much more detailed questions as well in the interview. Okay, but the pattern will be similar. Whatever you mention, the questions will be on that tools. Okay, it will be on that. So any questions you have? Yes. No. Good. All clear? Yes. Can we get the replies from everyone? Everything is clear. How is the session, guys? How was the training 30 days program? Did you like it? Did you get the information? What you are looking for? Good. Any other questions you have related to job, related to industry, related to your career, anything? No? Good. All good. So did you get the information that you were looking for with this training program? Right? Did it? Okay, this program beyond was beyond expectations. Okay, Satya, good to know. Okay, good. What is the most what you liked most in this training? What was the thing that you really didn't expect and it was you are able to understand that? Yes. Can we get the feedback, guys? What did you expect? Okay, so much more clear. Okay, it is much more clear. Okay, much more learned. Oh, good, good, Venkatesh. So it is like you understood many things in this session. Yes. So execution is made in the consideration. Yes, much more. Okay, easy to understand. Yes, today is the final session, guys. Okay, today is the last session. And yes. So, yes, what is next? You can reach out to the coordinators. If you have any questions, you can reach out. Okay. The session was very good, ma'am. The way you explained the concepts made everything easy. And okay. Thank you, Ankita. Thank you for this feedback. Session is very good. Explained all the concepts, made everything easy for me. Thank you for such a best session. I consider myself lucky to be part of this wonderful session. My all doubts were sorted by attending this session. So thank you, Ankita. Thank you for the words. They mean a lot to us. Okay, so as a trainer, as a program, this lead instructor, I'm able to help you guys. That is, I'm very happy to hear this. So it means the program benefited you all good. So that is the good thing. And yes. Yes, guys, you will get the certificates. Okay, so you will get the certification. Thank you, Deepak. Thank you. So, your words made my day, or I can say, like, this is what the happiness for me. You have excellent way of simplifying difficult concepts with practical example. Appreciate your time, effort. Yes, guys. Okay, so here that is the I consider myself. I'm able to explain you, simplify the things for you guys. That is very good. So yes, I consider this as an opportunity, and I'm able to do best for this opportunity. Can we see and study all those video lectures whichever shared on a portal? Yes, you can. Priyanka, you can reach out to coordinators. Yes, you can access that. So next session when? Okay, so next session is you have to ask the coordinator. Okay.
Guys, I will explain about that. You have any question regarding the portion, then ask to Rajni ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Yes, Priyanka, tell me. Okay, so the certificate where you get. So they're asking about the certificate. Okay. Okay, so can you tell us the job roles? Yes. Okay, so the job roles you can apply for the R test analyst. Okay, so QA automation engineer, test engineer. Okay, and also you have SDET, which is software development engineer in test. Okay, and senior QA, junior QA. Okay, so the QA engineer, QA automation engineer, or test engineer, junior QA, senior QA, that will be the names. Okay, so these are some of the job roles that you can consider. Okay, test analyst, QA automation engineer, SDET engineer. Okay. No, for applying these jobs, you don't need any certificate. Okay, so to apply these jobs, you need the skills. Okay, so to apply to this job, only the requirement is you should be able to answer to these interview questions and the skills that you should have. Okay, so only and only you should have is skills, not only just a certificate. With the certificate, you will not get the job. Just showing the certificate will not give you the job, guys. Okay. So you have to have the skills, the experience, or the able to answer the questions. Yes. Okay. So Priyanka, you're asking any project internship. So you can reach out to coordinators for this, okay, projects and internship or anything. So, okay, Deepak, you have questions on the how DevOps tools will help in automation. Okay. So, okay, so whatever the code you have written for automation scripts, that the DevOps tools will automatically trigger. Okay, with the Jenkins, what will happen? So, automatically this automation code, whatever you have, okay. So this automation code will be, someone should be there to trigger, right? So after the deployment is done, okay, the development deployment is done, this automation code should automatically start executing. So that will be done by the Jenkins. In the Jenkins, you will have jobs. Okay, one after one is executed, right? So after this. So that job sequencing will be done in the Jenkins. So after your deployment, testing job will start. Okay, that way. And also you have GitHub. So what your automation code, if the automation code is on your machine, you will not be able to access from the Jenkins, right? So to make it available, you have Git tool. So with Git tool, you are maintaining the code at a one particular location, that is the server you can consider. And from this location, the Jenkins will take the code files and execute. Okay. So all the members who are working, suppose you have 10 different people, they are working. Okay. All these QAs, they are working on this. So all your code files will be available in a Git. And all these code files are available on a Git. From this Git, Jenkins is automatically executing. So automatically executing means what is the benefit? So evening 8 p.m. your developer started deployment. Okay. So your developer started deployment and deployment is completed 8 p.m. So after 8 p.m., suppose at 10 p.m. the deployment is completed or 11 p.m. it is completed. Who automation QA engineer is available at 11 p.m. to start the automation testing to trigger that automation scripts to automatically execute? No one, right? No one will be there. So this Jenkins will be triggering that. Okay, after this 11 p.m., the execution will start. Maybe execution is, okay, so maybe execution is taking 4 hours. Okay, by 3 p.m., 3 a.m., the execution will be completed. Right? After 3 a.m., the execution is completed. Whatever the results of the testing, results of the testing you will get on a mail ID. So who will do this results of the testing? The Jenkins will do this, right? So you will get, so how much time you are able to save? Entire one day you are able to save. If the automation testing did not start at 11 p.m., next day 9 a.m. when a QA is in the office, or when 10 a.m. he will log in, at a 10 a.m. he will start automation. 4 hours from 10 a.m. it will take, which is 2 p.m. Right, at a 2 p.m. execution will be completed and results you will get at a 3 p.m. Right. Instead of wasting this entire day, you are getting the results at a 3 a.m. Means next day 10 a.m. when you come, you have results of the testing. So one entire day you are able to save. Yes or no? Yes. Good. Thank you, Priyanka. Deepak, yes. So you are able to save the time, right? So to do all these things automatically, we use Git and Jenkins. These are the DevOps tools, right? So in DevOps, you might be learning this Git, Jenkins, containerization, and all these. Okay. So that is process automation. DevOps is process automation where all this time wastage is reduced with this Jenkins automation where you have the jobs created. So how the jobs are created, how that is done, that is about the Jenkins and DevOps. Okay. So in automation testing, our time is saved. We are getting the test results. That is the advantage of DevOps. So as an automation engineer, you should know Git and Jenkins. Okay. So as an automation engineer, you should know Git and Jenkins basics. Only Git and GitHub basics and Jenkins basics. Okay. So you should know the basic concept on this. In your interview question, this will also be asked. Okay. So this will also be the part of your interview question after this. Okay. In your technical interview question, this will also be asked after your framework and all. So Git and GitHub Jenkins basics you will get. Good question. I see some of the jobs in portal are asking Docker and Ansible too. Okay, so that will be DevOps role completely. So if they have the opening, which is a combination of both DevOps and Docker and Selenium automation testing, one person should do everything, then the opening will be like this. Okay. So how do these two tools are taking part? Jenkins and Git are cleared now. Okay, good. Good, guys. Okay. So thank you, guys. Yes, you have the attendance link in the chat. Okay, thank you, Priyanka. Thank you for your words. It is very informative session. The delivery of sessions were also excellent. Thank you for the session. You made this easy to understand. It's a great connecting with you. Thank you, guys. It's great connecting with you all as well. Yes. And thanks to for joining this training. And yeah, thank you. Okay, Sai Pawan, thank you. So you really learned something. Yes, that is the objective of this training. Good that you are able to learn something. Thank you, guys. So you can give the feedback. Okay. And yes. Okay. Thank you, Vinod. Good communication skills, ma'am. Okay. Thank you. So it is very informative sessions. The delivery of sessions were also excellent. Thank you for the sessions. You made this easy to understand. Great. Great. Samina, thank you. Samina, thank you. Oh, Deepak, thank you for saying this. Like being be pleasure being a mentor for us. Ma'am, I never seen a mentor like you, never before and never again, I guess. Thank you again. Okay. Thank you, Deepak. Thank you for that words. Thank you. Okay, thank you for this wonderful session. It was nice session. Okay. Good. Thank you, guys. So please give the feedback. Yes, that will help me deliver good trainings. Yes, it will motivate me to deliver much more trainings going further. Okay, so explain classes. So you could like, okay, so you mean to like explain the topics in the session. Very good. So you were interested in learning and then you learned a lot in this. Yes, I Pawan, good. So better. Yes, it is the better thing. Okay, you feel this is the best thing in your life, better thing in your life, and that you learned very good skills in your life. Good way. Good to know that you guys are able to learn something, understand something. Good. Thank you, Sai Pawan. Yeah, thank you, Priyanka. Thank you. Okay. Yes, guys, please give the feedback in the sheet as well. Okay, so this will really help me. Um, okay. Thank you, Priyanka. So you're saying seriously, ma'am, you are a great teacher. Thank you for that. Okay, Suman. So whenever you heard automation, you will remember me. Okay, that is like too much. I don't know Telugu, guys. You are saying something that I cannot read that. You can type it in English. I may be able to understand it, Sai Pawan. So that words you can type it in English. Uh, okay, so thank you so much. And yes, Suman, thank you for saying this. So good, very good. So I'll remember these all feedbacks as well, guys. Yes. So it is very good to know about and connect with you all. And I hope you really liked it, learned something in this training sessions. Okay, good. So
Rajni ma'am, are you done?
yes, yes,
Okay, so I will take a few minutes. So
yes,
first of
yes.
all, thank you so much, Rajni, for such a great sessions.
Thank you, Amar. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And guys, regarding to the certificates, so those who are attended 60% and more than 60% sessions, they will receive their certificates via registered email ID within next 5 to 6 working days. Okay. I will repeat again. Those students who attended 60% and more than 60% of sessions, they will receive their certificate via email on their registered email ID within next 5 to 6 working days. Yeah. If anybody have any questions, please post in chat box. Yes, regarding to the LMS, yes, you will get the recorded sessions and material in the LMS. Okay, so I will also explain about the next program. So in next month, we are coming with two programs. So one is a digital marketing and other one is a Python programming plus MySQL. And you will get that information via email. Don't worry. Once the date finalized, then you will receive the information. Okay. Yes, we are coming with two programs, digital marketing and Python programming plus MySQL. Priyanka, I didn't receive the last certificate. Priyanka, please post the email on edl@excelr.com. I will help you on the same. Deepak. After 5 to 6 days, if you feel like I attended all the sessions but I didn't receive the certificate, feel free to mail on edl@excelr.com. Okay. Kiruna, post attendance links once again. Okay, Sai, we will confirm the date with you. Don't worry. For distributing certificates, it will take 5 to 6 working days. So you will receive that. Venkatesh, thank you for great trying session. Thank you. Welcome, Venkatesh. Guys, any question regarding to the LMS certificates attendance, you can ask me now. DBS, it will take 5 to 6 days. Bharat Kumar, the date is not fixed till now, but you will receive the information via email regarding to the which program we're going to start and from which date. But time is same, 7 to 9. Yes, 2 programs are there planned in next month. One is digital marketing and another one is the Python programming plus MySQL. Yes, for 30 hours. I hope everything is clear. Any question, guys? Satya Sai, please drop an email regarding to that internship. Okay, Akela, you can register for Python programming when you get the details. Guys, fill the attendance and please share your valuable feedback. Anything else, guys? Regarding to the internship, you need to mail on edl@excelr.com. Okay. Yes, I posted the EDL email once again. Please, for any query, feel free to mail. Pawan Yadav, sir, I have registered course for different mail ID and attendance from. No worry, you will receive the certificate. Just 60% attendance is mandatory. If you fill the attendance via same email ID, then you will get the certificate. Thank you, Sai Pawan. I hope everything is clear. If any query, please post now. We will wind up the session within 2 minutes. Vinod Kumar, material and video, sir. Yes, you will receive the material and videos also on LMS. A video is already there day-wise. Just need to upload the material. We will upload that soon. And also, yes, regarding to the assignment, you will get the assignment for a practice on LMS only. And assignment is just for practice. There is no mandatory for certificate. Okay. Once again, thank you all of you for joining sessions. Tirunath, you can wind up now.
Okay, Mas.